They're everybody's buddy, remember? None of it's really meaningful. It's just, to sum it all up, Belinda called them all out for their nonsense, and they're all guilty of it. They're all fucking idiots. I told you. I'm not up here trying to be your fucking friend. You'll never catch me doing that. And Belinda's only going to be able to get so far, and it's really based around whether or not Malaya allows it to begin with. So it's like backtracking on what they've already gone through. That's their business. Why they would need Daleen to come in at this point is beyond me. Now would have been a good time for, what's his name? What's his name? Belinda's son, Cody, to get involved in all of this. Fucking man up at some point in your life, but who knows what's going on. Maybe he can't think. Maybe he's so injured. It's ridiculous, but it's being kept out of our view. Maybe there's a reason for it. Malaya cannot be that stupid, Mayflower's trying to say to me. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know, man. Oh my God. What in the hell is going on? I wonder how long they were on Facebook. 5 minutes? Jeez. Who dresses as Morticia on Christmas? Maybe she's not all there. Maybe she let TV raise her. My God, I know. There's a real issue here. I see it. Belinda probably knows all about it, but she's really gone this far trying to be nice and trying to put people and paint people in the most positive light as possible. That comes through. You get a sense that there's a lot more she probably could say, but she doesn't. Which is probably a good thing. Not probably, it's a good thing. Yeah. Yeah. Belinda's... The best thing about that message is Belinda hasn't lost sight of what she's really here for and what's important. Unfortunately, there's nobody that's going to approach you with anything that's going to help make this better at this point. She didn't need me to tell her that. You've been wondering why Cody hasn't got involved yet? No, he's just well, yeah, I don't want to speak for him. Anything I said, it puts me in a bad situation then. Because then I feel that I had to defend him. I don't blame the guy for not wanting it. Like, we got to be careful about what it is that we're saying there. What is it we're asking of him? Now, I wish he was involved. Maybe he is. Who knows what his real opinion is of things. But it doesn't matter because he's not the one that brought harm to Jack and Lily at this point. Daniel is. Fun boy. With that stupid look on his face. Would you go post this picture to your Facebook? Oh, Facebook dating success story. Look, after only 2 weeks of dating. Man, whoa, things are really progressing. Why the fuck would you want to put yourself in that situation to begin with, Danny boy? You must have been walking around with a perma-boner. Terrified. Maybe he was terrified that he was going to be stuck with his mom forever. Because he was probably living at the trailer with his moms. I would think that's where the kids come out. Holly Jolly. She's incredible. Who are you talking about? What up, Marky Ho? Or Marky H? Marky Ho. Marky H, good to see you. Hello, UK. Amanda, good to see you this afternoon. You'll be on after dinner, too. We're going to do a 2-4. I'm ramping things up because this case was going to progress. And it's going to progress fast enough. Especially where they've left it in the media at this point. Not that it should be any real gauge, but the way that the Globe and Mail paint it, and they leave it hanging, they have this big carrot out there, which is the allegations of ABUSE. Of course, we've been talking about that here forever, it seems, because we can't quite figure out where it ends and where it stops in this situation. Nobody's telling you the truth. And granted, we've come a long way since June and July, but the police haven't seemed to have wrapped up this phase of the investigation in that sense quite yet. We don't want to tip off the guilty parties and make them clam up. You don't want to make it any more difficult on yourself. Canadian Pokemon freak. Daniel, is that you in my chat? You want to know the backstory of where he lived with his other kids? Who? It's not important. It's only important up to a point. I want to hear if there's any juicy details. I want to know if the ex-wife's got any dirt she wants to spill on this pig. Daniel's latest appearance on the global news is interesting. Talking about himself in the third person. He's really standoffish. He's really distancing himself. Oh yeah, the ABUSE allegations. That's a narrative painted itself. Me, bad light. It's on purpose. People are doing that on purpose out there. No. We're not talking about that part of it. We're talking about the allegations from your significant other, your lover girl, the girl that you moved in with after 2 weeks of dating on Facebook. Oh, fuck, boy. I want to see those conversations. All the text messages that we've seen of Daniel and Taylor and Daniel of somebody else. I want to see Daniel and Malaya's messaging. Thank you, Mary Antoinette. That's very generous of you, darling. Tash Pond says, remember when Daniel was asked why he hadn't been out putting up posters like 3 months in? And his response was, I just found my stapler yesterday. That was chilling. I remember people talking about that statement, but I'm not sure where people got that from, if it was true. Is that from one of his statements to the news reporters? Well, I just found my stapler, actually. If that's even true, you guys are fucking with me. That you'll have to consider that one leakage, because there's really no good answer for that. And you still, the pattern is you've still got to give them something. There still has to be an answer. It's better than staying quiet. Hi, Chelsea. Oh shit. These guys. When he showed us who he is, then we should never have questioned it. The way Daniel's lying now is the same Daniel that Malaya had to put up with in that sense, all through this crazy relationship. Well, I wonder where things went wrong there at Patty's. How about you moved in after meeting him on Facebook? 2 fucking weeks. I've got trades out that are longer than that. Swing trades. And you've just moved in, altered these children's lives. Actually, that's when the real neglect began. Must have been a fucking rough couple of weeks. You had your booze goggles on. You're feeling horny. # no filter. That's where fucking Logan's picture comes from, I bet you. You know that picture? It's probably in the back somewhere. I think it is, actually. This has got to be from Logan's Facebook dating. Why else would you put a filter on yourself like that? Trying to attract a man, girl. I've only got 3 kids. 2 daddies. 2 baby daddies. There's that fat bastard Kent, that disgusting pig. I'm going to kick him right in the testicles when I see him. Priority number 1. Let's see. Where is that Logan? No filter. A real initial red flag. First of all, you learn at a really young age that that's not an excuse for anything. At some time or another in life. That's not going to fly with the cops. Holy shit. Danny was driving around Thursday night partying, according to Derwood. No, it wasn't driving around partying. What, you're saying Derwood's saying that? Is that from his latest little scam interview? Now he's presenting that. Oh, so Danny was driving around there Thursday night, is he? It's hard to know quite what Derwood wants to tell you. What a retard he is. No wonder your old lady booted you out. Why don't you go be a dad to Jordan? Why don't you go try to patch up your relationship with your son so he's not so emotionally traumatized by all of the sick dealings that you carry out, Darren? Everybody, Kent and Darren, everybody in your local area know all about you now. That's what's really hilarious about all of this. It almost makes it worth coming live, and it's almost like a spin-off series about you two. Spin-off series from the Jack and Lily Sullivan cases, just how stupid Derwood and Darren are. And are they really chomos? Just how far does their exploitation and abuse go? They can't wait to exploit a missing children's case. They think nothing of it. What else is there? Everybody in Pictou County knows all about you. Thanks to individuals like myself, Mike DeMann, Ninchi, Justin, even Dolly. There's others out there too. All the fantastic individuals that remind you in every chat that you go in just how disturbing your behavior is, liar. Why don't you patch up your relationship and apologize to Jordan about that? Well, what makes you so certain, Amanda Graham, that Justin was at the dump on Thursday night? And if you're certain of it, why? Let the RCMP know. Then tell me. You think it's awkward at the Tims? At Tim Hortons? People are talking behind Derwood's back and Kent's? Oh, Kent used to be a real somebody up there at the Tim Hortons. All of the old alcoholics up there that go up there to smoke, eat fucking donuts that they truck in now. What a loser. You're really falling for all of the hype. It's not even, it's such an embellishment, such a blemish on the Canadian culture, the true Canadian culture, which Kent has no part of. Mr. Tough Guy walking around at the fucking Tim Hortons. Just looking for a constable to manhandle, to ball suck. Oh, whose boots can I lick tonight? Oh yeah, I can see it, Robin. Usually, I just know that they're going to be listening to this because they can't help but listen to everything. That's why I love it. I can sit up here and talk shit about those two assholes all day. And it's funny. I'm going to make it cool. But yeah, you can usually see it by, they'll be the only 2 thumbs down that I get. Like there's only 2 on a consistent basis. And there'll be the atypical responses under their new sock account, which sometimes I ban, but then I'll always leave I'll leave them one way to communicate with me in that sense. I'll make it difficult for them. But you can always see, because it's always a communique regarding something about Kent. He brings himself up in my comment section. Dude, he's insisted on making me feel bad for something that I'm doing towards him. that's hurting his feelings. Listen, dude, do you want to feel bad? Go look in the fucking mirror. Oh, just try so hard to be an upstanding member of Pictou County. Dude, you fucking behave and you look and you talk like a chomo. Where's all your kids? Why are you so worried about other people's kids? Where do you find the time? What is it you're really doing around this investigation, Ken? You there because Derwood makes you cool? You're there as Derwood's wingman, always co-conspiring, always coming up with new ways to come at people, to influence them, feeling important, under sock accounts. That's all they do all day. Non-stop. They're the only ones behind it. The only ones that you really need to worry about. Not worry about, but... certain is a strong word. I get it, Amanda. You heard in the grapevine? Well, I don't know. Listen. Benita, wait, I think he did, but then DM stated he was awakened by the email confirmation. I don't buy that. How can he have been awakened if he never went to sleep? Well, you're mixing reality with fantasy in that comment, though. When you find yourselves in a state of trouble in that sense, you need not go any further. You know that you've gotten there because of the flawed information that you've been presented by the suspects. No need to fantasize further and believe what all you were told up to that point. You need to go back and straighten it out and make it make sense. And that's where you'll usually find it. Nobody's faulting you for considering anything at any one point in time. But there's no reason not to suspect Daniel, Janie, and even Malaya in this particular instance at this point in time. Daniel more so than anybody else, just based off of everything that we've come to learn about their relationship and the situation. Not once had they ever really cared or minded, really paid attention to Jack and Lily in the 2 years that they've been out there. I think it really goes to, it says a lot about the type of individual that Malaya is to even have agreed to be involved with Daniel after 2 weeks of dating him on Facebook. That's so fucked up. I can't even shake that out of my mind. It makes me think about Malaya in an entirely different light. And how Daniel predated all of this. Daniel really took advantage of her gullibility. Derwood says he's going to sue all the podcasters. He could need money. He would need money to do that. LOL. Robin. Oh, yeah, he would need some money to begin that process, no doubt, and really spell it out. He could have been accumulating all of that. But really what he's telling you is that his feelings are so fucking hurt from the things that we say about him based off of the shit that he comes online and says. That he's going to sue us. Because it's his only tactic for the people who are just getting to hear. There's a certain percentage of people at any one point in time coming to learn about the case and don't know any better. And he's always trying to appeal to them and peel off one or two here and there that he can really get close to. He's a fucking cyber criminal. Derwood O'Grady, cyber criminal. Kent's a cyber criminal. Thanks for calling to the RCMP and complaining. Turning yourselves in, essentially. They don't even know where the law lies in that sense. They don't know enough to recognize where litigation would open up to them. They're still a long way away from it. Not to mention that they're both guilty of doing wrong, illegal acts in this particular case, not to mention immoral ones on a continuous basis. And they get mad because somebody calls them out on a consistent basis. Well, who else is gonna? It's fun. You should try it. You guys gotta believe me. Believe me. I'm not here to lie to you. You guys are stupid if you don't believe me. What a fucking idiot. You got it, Robin. He's the one that comes on YouTube to push his narrative and ever-changing stories, right? Now, what would motivate an individual to continue to do that? Somebody who has delusions of grandeur. Someone who thinks that they're smarter than all of the individuals who are taking in the information that they're presenting. This just isn't random baseball statistics. We're talking about information that has to do with 2 children who are missing and passed. Oh, yeah, you guys, oh, geez, yeah, believe me, I'm Derwood O'Grady, Mr. Cool. Patty really asked me to get involved. No, she didn't. Patty never asked you to get involved in this, asshole. Be an independent person and be a single mother at this point in time is beyond me. There is nothing holding her back from that other than God knows what. God knows what. I don't know. Obviously, she had different priorities. She wanted to prioritize her love life. I guess there's nothing wrong with that, is there? Technically. But we don't have to leave it up to guesswork because we could see what has happened at this point looking back. You prioritized your life and moved in this fucking dude who was under the influence of substances this entire time. And you stayed with him. And had another child. And that had to have complicated things. Complicated getting out of there. And she doesn't seem to be much of a decision maker to begin with. Like there's no reason behind any of her decisions. They seem to be other people's. Well, I think, Christine, you say having Meadow came with a lot of threats from Janie and DM, in my opinion. I think you're probably right. Because then it would really, to them, it would mean that they're allowed to impose all over Malaya that much more. Have a reason to boss her around. Oh, that's my grandchild. She gives her a reason to be suspicious and talk shit to all of her friends and make you look like shit while trying to make herself look better by calling out your nonsense. One of those types of deals. Instead of actually contributing to a less toxic environment that this poor girl is living in. It was anything but friendly. It was anything but a positive environment for the kids. And when you say that to Janie, she'll want to take that literal. What do you mean? There's a swing set here? No. An emotional hell for children. And Danny's new girl. I suspect that Janie looks at Malaya and she got to know Malaya and was turned off in the same way that we're all turned off about how these two came to know each other to begin with. This is something that should have never fucking happened if it wasn't for Facebook. And you looking at that stupid screen too long. What was it, a decision between Janie and Malaya? Was that your love choices to swipe right or left on? Because you can damn well know that Janie's probably on Facebook dating too. It's probably how she got hooked up with Derwood or Kent. Yeah, it's her decisions that did lead to this. True, but you can say that about anybody to a degree. Sweet tea. Michelle, when you're enabled, unfortunately, that poor decision making usually goes with it. Right, because you don't have that same sense of risk. That sense of loss. You don't consider it. You don't care. If it happens, it happens. And when it does happen, then you worry about it. And that's a bad way to look at it. She effed up and now she has to live with herself. You can be a mother, says Lori, but you've got to learn your children to learn to stand on their own 2 feet to get on in life. Yep. Sometimes it takes some work. It's probably what she was hoping to find bringing Daniel in. It's like she just fucking, bought the contract for a new shortstop after somebody went on the disabled list. Traded for Daniel Martel. Number 0. Janie was likely pissed that it wasn't her grandkids there and resented Jack and Lily because of it. Well, she probably looked at it, Christine, like she walked twice the work. She's already got grandkids. She only has so much that she wants to give, and she's only going to give that to a certain person. Her grandkids that she's bonded with, her biological grandkids. This replacement that Daniel's brought in, well, they're just going to have to earn Janie's respect. Maybe they might get it. Maybe they did not. Maybe there won't. Belinda says, Malaya did not stop Cody from seeing the kids. She went for full custody and he wouldn't fight it. He walked away. Okay, Belinda. It's disappointing to hear that. So it wasn't really a thing anyway. I mean, I never quite get that when I'm done in these custody battles and things like that after a split up. It doesn't sound like it really solved anything and there's really no point to it all. Kind of like other ones I hear. Maybe Malaya was malicious. I don't know. Maybe there's no answer to it. I'm asking fictional questions. I feel sad for Cody. Joanna says, do you? There's a problem, Lori says. She didn't give herself time to be with the kids full time before getting with another guy. The kids are only toddlers. Heaven's sakes, like Jesus Murphy. Talk about ADHD. You need a man, girl? Wish she had some positive, even some positive friends in her life would have helped. So she's probably emotionally immature in that sense. Very immature in what she thinks, a relationship should be at that time. Why the fuck you would want to move somebody in? Like what was the gosh darn... it's just going to haunt me, I guess, for a little while. It's those stupid questions that stick in my mind. What in the fuck were you thinking? Like, what was said that made you think that in 2 weeks this was a fantastic idea? Is she that emotionally vulnerable? Or how did it come up? There's an answer to all of that. Yeah, Sky Painter, that really made me bothered. You say DM made sure that she had no support. Why would you, first of all, I believe him when he said that he told her to shut up about all of her past trauma when they first started the relationship. So whatever she brought up that was important, you just shut down and told her to shut the hell up over. This is off to a good start. Oh, aren't you supposed to be caring about everything? Oh, just love talking to you right until the sun comes up, girl. Oh, we could talk all night. Could stay on the phone all night. I'd just sit on the phone all night with you and listen to you breathe. Do you want to fall asleep together on the phone? Oh, hell. Man, fuck it. Why don't you just move in? Heaven's sakes. Lonely days and lonely nights. Anyone who might have reasoned with her was a danger to DM's control. Yeah, so this whole issue with him having a problem with calling and talking to her family. That psycho must just sit in the other room and listen to everything. Could you imagine how paranoid he is, tweaked out? Listening to a one-sided conversation that mostly has to do with him in the other room. That's what it's always about. It's always about Daniel and how shitty their relationship is. If you have that attitude, it's not going to get anywhere there, Malaya. Well, it's because it is a shit relationship. Look at how you started it off. You had absolutely no self-respect for you, the other person, or the relationship, that you often just violated any sort of decency and shacked up together right away in somebody else's house. And then look what you did. It wasn't like you were active in trying to find employment and to contribute, and right away you were starting off in the positive note by building something together, right? Like you weren't in there to better each other's lives. You took it for as long as you could. You ripped off Patty. You stole her money. You told her you weren't paying it back. You continued to use her. You burnt that bridge while you were there. Now, you burnt your bridge over at Janie's house for sure with this whole Jack and Lily gone missing thing. Could you believe that this asshole has the audacity to tell the world that he had some special bond with Jack and Lily and they were the only ones that they would listen to? When this fucking idiot just moves in after 2 weeks? Main USA, it's be funny watching one of those tweaker, oh, you mean tweaker geographics? The shorts on YouTube and see Janie on there. There's some good ones. I like the dude like that was biking down the street with the fridge on his back. I couldn't believe it. He got it up there, the tweaker. All right, you guys. It's 4 hours already. I'll be on a little bit later. Watch for some uploads. Thank you guys for joining me this afternoon. We'll be back tomorrow talking about shit again. It's good seeing Chelsea and Belinda in my chat. And everybody else, keep the faith. And Lori Green, you've got to keep the faith, girl. We're bringing this home. It's just going to take a little bit of time to finish this painting, this Picasso that the RCMP are putting together. Unfortunately, it's going to paint a picture very close to what it is that we're talking about here, only a lot more personal. But I will leave you with a particular Janie's Got a Rake song. I wish I knew the author of the video. I would share it. I got it from Mike Demands, but the specific guy that does the song, the Australian guy, he's pretty good. He's got a new version of Janie's Got a Rake out, by the way. But we're going to leave with this one today.
I know for 100% they won't find anything.
So what do you make of the fact that they are bringing the cadaver dogs in?
Janie's got a rake.
Well, I'm actually pretty happy about that.
Janie's got a rake.
I even hope that they bring more than one.
She's got so much to do.
So what are you happy about?
Her driveway needs a pool.
I would just like to see maybe the social media speculation theories and accusations, maybe they're not going to stop, but slow down. Because at this point, they're getting ridiculous.
When Daddy was arrested, they found him on the pipeline trail. In front of helicopters running, now that Janie's got a rake, Fluffy's never gonna be the same. Daniel's so fake, now what's he gonna do? Was he building a fence or clearing for a pool? Did the kids go to sleep at 10 or at 8? Little Danny boy can't escape his fate. Danny's more concerned about what you're thinking. The kids are an afterthought, let that sink in. Trolling the net pops up like a whack-a-mole. You wanna buy a story with a giant hole? Apparently Thursday had no detail. Here comes Mike on a mission to derail all of the BS Danny is speaking. International sea of guilt is leaking. Thinks he's so smart but he never took the course. Forensic linguistics will knock him off his horse. Shout out to Tint for the 4K drone shots. Now it is clear that his house is in earshot. Mystery car running trips through the night. Observed by Wonk, he could even see the headline. Victim blaming is degrading the children. He's more concerned about the world's perception. Girl after girl he receives rejection. At least he's got his mum when he needs some affection. Janie's got a right.
So are you thinking that the dogs will go in there and won't find anything?
Janie's got a right.
I know for 100% they won't find anything.
She's got so much to do.
I didn't do anything.
Her driveway needs a pool.
I know Malaya didn't do anything. I know my mother didn't do
What
anything.
did her daddy do?
Those are 3 people on the property.
What did he put Jack and Lily through?
I mean, after the polygraph exam, I
They said
should have known right there.
Daddy
We